So, you want to learn the stock market? Maybe you've seen it somewhere. Maybe your old friend just talked about it. But either way, you're here. Let's see. What is the stock market? Easy. It's where you buy stocks. Stocks are a share of a company that is public. Public meaning it's listed on the stock market. Did you get that? Let me repeat. Stocks are like a small piece of a pie, and the big pie is the company. Not all companies share their stocks, only companies that are publicly listed, like in PSE or the Philippine Stock Exchange. There's different more around the world. Anyway, there's two ways to be involved in it. Invest it or trade it. There are those who invest in it, and that's okay. But for the small guys who can't wait 50 years and have a big capital, like how we all started in ZFT. We just trade it. Investing is basically buying a share of the company you like, then holding on to it. It's like marriage. You get to know the company intimately before you commit to it. Trading, on the other hand, well, you can say it's more fast-paced. Once it's no longer working out, you gotta get out. To be honest, sometimes we could be trading a particular stock, and they're all just names. We don't know what that company does. All we know is we like the way the price is moving. You know what they say, don't fall in love with a stock. The problem with investing is after waiting for so long, you could have picked wrong. Or that one single year can wipe out 5 years of growth in your portfolio. This doesn't bother the big boys. I mean, they can cash out somewhere else. But for us, we gotta be smarter than that. We need to learn how to dance in this market the way we are designed to do so. You could be trading like a fund manager if you don't have that much funds, no? We move different. So you gotta be tactical. Understand what you are. ZFT is a tribe of traders who uses the ZFT system. Boy, we got the best ones. We got champions and leaders. If you want results, this is where you go. That's why you belong here. But we got no time for people who love to pull each other apart. If you're into that, we ain't the right fit. If you're a complete newbie and you want to learn trading for free, like opening an account, reading price charts, and all the important and basic stuff, there's Trading for Rookies Facebook group. Head over there. But if you're familiar with the ways of the market, here's programs we got for you. Anyway, we're sure you got questions, so slide over our DMs and let's figure out how you can get started to this wonderland of money and how you can join the tribe.
Good evening, everyone. So welcome to ZFT charting session, of course, with the one and only Sir Zeefreaks. Okay,
Hello,
so this
good evening.
provided opportunities for us traders, and I hope gain tayo. And if rather, we learn from our experiences na binigay ni market. So it's a pleasure to host you, Sir Z. And syempre, without further ado, the stage is yours.
Pleasure is mine. Thank you for the introduction. Good evening sa sa lahat ng nakikinig at nanonood kung asan man kayo ngayon.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be having our live charting session for tonight. And ayun, kasama ko si Matt ngayon. First time kaming magsama dito sa charting sessions. So simulan na ba natin?
Yeah, let's go.
Bago gusto mo mag-shoutout ng mga tao. Habang i-prepare mo na yung chart na.
Yeah. Oh, shoutout tayo kay Miss Nelly. Kay Miss Nelly, okay? Kay Sir Camilla, yeah, si Tim, si JP, si Juan Rico. So welcome to ZFT charting session. Si Miss Lirpa, yan. And Gabriel, Neo, Christine, Carlo, Ken, Angelito, Juniver, Heidi, Jan, Yun. So welcome to everyone who's joining here sa ating ZFT charting session. And we have 458 viewers right now. So ang dami. So I hope na let's see what we can extract tonight dito sa ating charting session.
All right, great. So, ayan, simulan muna natin with a few questions kasi syempre first time ko na makilala si Matt dito sa ating program. So gusto ko muna siyang tanungin. Baliktad Kasi
Yeah.
normally yung host yung magtatanong, pero since first time din natin siyang makita dito sa charting sessions, edi tanungin na rin natin. So, Matt, pwede bang malaman kung anong year ka nagsimulang mag-trade?
Yeah. So I started last year, so July. So wala pa akong 1 year in total. So it's very fresh pero talagang pinush natin, we tried to learn it as much as we could dun sa journey na yon. It's been ups and downs pero talagang dami, dun mo makikita na may opportunity talaga,
So, ba't mo napag-isipan na mag-trade? Kasi lahat tayo, may mga iba't ibang dahilan eh.
Yeah.
What's yours?
Well, pandemic hit, syempre. And besides doing business and at the same time working, we opened up different startups this pandemic. Sabi ko, I was looking for ways to generate more profits kasi syempre I was trying to buy this I really want to buy something that time. Pero sabi ko, yung resources ko very limited. And parang sabi ko, how can I purchase it? Kasi ganun yung thinking eh. How can you achieve that goal instead of you belittling yourself na sige, okay na ako sa meron ako. Nag-isip ako na how can I achieve that? So then naisip ko na this kind of venture, I tried it nung college ako, and then pag-open ko ng account ko, I was using BDO Nomura that time. I started with 30,000 cash. Well, college pa ako nun, so ganun yung capital ko. Pag-open up ko, 45,000. So sabi ko, sige, why not try to continue this? So, and then the rest is history. Yeah.
Nice. So, July, So,
Yeah.
malapit ka na mag 1 year.
Yeah.
Sabi nila, your first mission, pag nasa market ka, usually hindi mo pa to alam eh, pero yung pinakauna mo talagang mission for your first 2 year is to just survive. Like, just be there on your first year. And then on your second year, that's usually where the time that you self-discover, try to know more about who you are as a person, who you are as a trader, anong klaseng trader ka, and kung ano yung mga strengths and weaknesses mo. And then usually on the third year, dyan ka sisipa sa growth eh. Yung second year to third year, yan talaga yung parang i-dedicate mo yung oras mo to just refining your craft, refining who you are, and really just pursuing mastery.
Exactly.
So, sa tanong kong yan, I mean, since we're in this topic, do you have meron ka na bang trading style that you're leaning towards to?
Yeah. Oh, actually, I'm more of a momentum trader. I try to stick with setups na talagang alam ko could give the most possible returns in a very short period of time. So yun yung nakikita ko. Kasi syempre we all want yung pag-grow ng capital natin. So that's really the thing that I'm really interested in. Yeah.
Kaya like for ibang style. Sige, go ahead.
Yeah. When I go try to check, syempre, I try to look for the all-time highs, multi-year highs, the ones that are, resting on top of the Fibonacci. So I'm not sure, 0.38 and up. So mga ganon. So I try to seek those patterns.
Nice.
Syempre, ball number one.
Oo, ganun talaga eh. Mahirap din kasi pagka like, buti na lang you're already having a style that you're eyeing on. Kasi normally a lot of people they just go into the market and parang basta kikita na ako. Yan yung pinaka-goal. And while that's not a bad goal, it's not very specific eh. And I think yun yung parang pitfalls kasi usually ng mga traders na, I mean, tao na papasok pa lang sa trading, they feel like, basta kumita na ako ng pera, okay lang. No matter kung anong klaseng style yung gagamitin ko. Basta kumita ako, okay na ako. And I think I've always explained this to people that there are many ways to trade or to make money in the stock market. But if you want to make the biggest returns, you have to limit yourself
Mm-hmm.
to mastering only a few. And
Exactly.
that might sound like, alam mo yun, like we always talk about psychology, about breaking through, being limitless. Pero in this
Mm-hmm.
case, merong benefit pag nililimit mo yung sarili mo to a certain degree. Parang
Mm-hmm.
ano na, parang ang weird kasi dapat bakit mo ililimit yung sarili mo, but in trading, less is more.
Exactly.
So, ayan pala, shoutout ko nga pala yung bago ko makalimutan kasi baka makalimutan ko. Please do follow our Instagram page. So ayan,
Mm-hmm.
si Mariel na yung nag-head kasi nito, and it's sa mga mahilig mag-Instagram diyan. Ayan, live na yung ating Instagram account. So ayan. All right, so back to the topic, Um buti na pag-isipan mo maging momentum. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
saying na other styles are bad, or I don't
Yeah.
recommend, but the ZFT system kasi, just for kumbaga, the knowledge of everyone who's listening, it's not just momentum. It's all parang phases of the market. So 'di ba usually meron tayong mga cycles, like when the market is in a bull run, when it's in a bear, it's on a sideways. Most of the stuff, or the most effective kasi na system in there's not really the most effective. All systems out there can be profitable, but you just have
Mm-hmm.
to have a certain degree of mastery towards it. And yung
Mm-hmm.
ZFT system, siguro nakikita nyo ang daming nagpo-port snap and stuff like that. Siguro yung pinaka mahilig kasi, sorry, medyo napapahaba ako sa kwento, pero binibigyan ko lang ng
Go
context.
ahead.
The reason why we do port snaps is because you think about it as your hard work, right? For example,
Mm-hmm.
meron kang painting, nagpe-paint ka. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes painters, or like if you're doing art, hindi mo naman siguro itatago yun sa mga tao, especially if you're proud of it. So hindi naman
Exactly.
sa nagpo-port snap ka dahil pinapakita mo na I gained this much, tas mayabang ka. It's really just sharing to the people, or sharing to the world na, hey, you know what, this is the result of my hard work. 'Di ba? Parang you're celebrating.
Yeah.
And it's just that siguro pagka napunta ka sa ibang tao, like if um hindi sanay na ipagmalaki yung achievements, baka magiging off sa kanila, you might sound na mayabang. And so it's very important
Mm-hmm.
that you have a community that
Mm-hmm.
na naiintindihan ka. I call
Tama.
non-traders civilians kasi hindi nila usually naiintindihan na parang, oh, nag-share naman nito ng either you share a gain or a loss, you would sound mayabang most of the time, especially in
Mm-hmm.
our culture. So ayan. Anyway, saan na ba ako?
It's more
Okay.
like a tap on
So
your, a tap on your shoulder. Pag,
yeah,
you show
oo,
something like that, yeah. You did a
totoo,
good
totoo.
job. This is what you've worked on, you've worked on. So I think
Mm,
somehow it's good. Yeah.
ayan. So ayan, right. So momentum trade, and there's different ways to trade the markets. May iba-iba tayo ng styles. There's like sa technical na mundo we have syempre first the momentum. But pinakauna talaga diyan yung position traders eh. Yung mga tahimik pa yung market, hindi pa siya, wala pang mga tao talaga na nagte-trade masyado dun sa stock. It's quite in an illiquid state because nobody's trying to buy or trade it. So, ayan, dyan usually pumapasok yung mga position traders. And once you have a breakout, then you go and have the trend followers. And
Mm.
syempre, yung mga in betweens, diyan na papasok yung mga momentum traders, yung mga swing traders. And then, pag bumabagsak na yung market, ayan na yung mga anti-trend traders, yung mga bounce
Yeah.
players. Tapos,
Mm.
syempre, yung mga, let's say, ang bilis ng bagsak. Tapos, parang swing trading na rin siya. Pero, we call it usually bounce.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, ayun, ang daming ways talaga to earn in the markets. And while you would see that there's a lot of screenshots, you have to understand that every person is different from each other. Kasi baka mamaya, especially if you're trading this current market, it's very tricky. We're in a sideways to down market, at least in the short and medium term. Sa long term, uptrend pa naman tayo. Pero, what I'm saying is that sometimes when we see people posting port snaps, naiisip natin na sana ganyan na lang din ako. And if you're new to trading, pwedeng mangyari sa'yo, if you try a certain system, tapos hindi siya nag-work out for you, tendency is, maghanap ka dun sa kung sino man yung nakita mong kumita for that market, gagayahin mo yung system na yun. Now, if you do that, nagsi-system hop ka na. Yan yung tawag natin sa kanila. System hop. And while that strategy might be good for that season, hindi mo alam baka pag dumating tayo sa bear market, yung malalang bear market, hindi na siya ganun ka-effective. And you feel like, ay, mukhang hindi na gumagana yung system, palit na naman ako ng system, so maghanap ka na naman ng ibang style. And it's going to be a never-ending system hop for you. Kung ano yung profitable system for that moment, dun ka pupunta, and that destroys the pursuit of mastery. And I want to say this because we haven't really discussed this during the previous lives. Hindi ko nasasabi yung ganitong kwento eh. Kasi a lot of people, they just want to parang gusto mong instant result eh. Kasi ganun pwedeng ibigay ng market sa'yo eh. Instant results. Mag-workout, just study a system or study a setup even without knowing the context. Tapos pagka kumita yung setup na yun, parang okay, dito na ako. Forever na, ito na yung gagamitin ko.
Yeah.
Until sa hindi na siya gumana. And ayun nga, parang ang laki ng pwedeng magiging parang masasayang mong time if you do that. I mean, ano siya eh, kailangan mo magkaroon ng resilience or persistence dun sa style na gusto mo. And ito yung gusto ko kasing parang advice, if I had one advice to myself during those years na naglo-learn pa ako at nagde-discover ng iba-ibang markets at hindi pa ako nag-pursue ng mastery kasi nagja-jump din ako ng systems before eh when I was developing the system. What I wish I knew was that cash was also a position.
Yes.
And ibig sabihin nun, you don't have to be in the market, especially if the setup or the style that you're mastering is not in season. Mahirap kasi pagka, halimbawa, you're a trend follower and there's no stock that's trending. Or sinusubukan mong, pumasok sa isang stock na hindi pa siya nagte-trend or hilaw pa yung trend or yung pwede na, yung parang feel ko may trend na to, may micro trend na dito nangyari pero overall picture hindi pa talaga siya nagbe-break out.
Yeah.
And that's disastrous kasi sometimes we have this mindset na dapat siguro nasa market ako para kumita ako eh. 'Di ba? Like if wala ako sa market, hindi ako kikita. But the thing is, if you're in the market, mas malaki din yung risk, especially if off season yung style mo. So if I were to advise people who are trading, especially during these hostile times, no, sa market, walang problema kung kung position trader ka kasi that's part of your strategy eh. Yung mag-average down ka or let's say average up ka kahit mataas na yung presyo, tapos nagsa-size yung movement, walang problema yon. Pero for the trend followers, for the momentum players, or swing traders, pwede naman actually swing traders ka momentum traders pwedeng buhay sa ganitong market but be very selective. Alright? But if you're a trend follower and you don't see any trends, don't trade. Simple as that. So,
actually, medyo relate sa sinabi niya, sir. Kasi I came from, July was actually the bottom, well, initially the bottom of PSEI currently. Tapos then I got to experience the sideways and then the uptrend. And ngayon parang na-overwhelmed pa rin ako, kasi it's a different season for me. Ngayon it's on a short-term downtrend. So sabi ko medyo na-overwhelmed ako. The setups are not materializing. So sabi ko what you said is really it's really helpful. Syempre as someone's beginning their first or second year in the market.
Yeah. Ayan. So, parang for me, appreciate yung first year at saka second year kasi that's the most exciting time to be a trader. Parang may enjoy mo lahat yung ups and downs. Even if, let's say, kumita ka ng mga 5%, sobrang saya mo na yan eh. Parang, wow, I'm so excited, I make money. And then you start computing pagka ito ginawa ko per month, pwede na akong mag-retire sa work or I can do this full time. Yung mga ganong klaseng mga thoughts. And there's so many things that you'll appreciate, especially if you're experimenting. So enjoy the season that you're in. Just know that losses are part of the process. Kumbaga of
Exactly.
becoming a mature trader. So wag kayong wag kayong ma-depress kasi lahat tayo dumaan din diyan sa depression stage na 'yan. Ako din eh. Wag kayong ma-depress kung nagka-loss kayo ng malaki kasi well, ang pinaka-important doon is natuto ka eh.
Yeah.
You become better, and the more that you become better, the past failures that you made. I mean, nobody became, 'di ba meron yung quote na walang naging paano ko ba sabihin yung quote na yun, like nobody became a strong sailor on calm waters or an experienced sailor, 'di ba? So lahat talaga ng cycle kailangan mo mapagdaanan 'yan. Wag natin like wag tayo sana umabot dun sa point na sa sobrang loss mo na ayaw mo nang kinalimutan mo na lang ng parang sinadya mo nang kalimutan yung password mo sa account mo.
Oo.
So, yan yung pinakamalala, yung parang you've already decided to quit. Sayang lahat ng pinaghirapan mo. Tsaka yung pera, syempre. So, ayan, with that, let's start with yung formal charting session natin. Kasi mukhang
Okay.
na naman natin lahat ng yung context ng buong natin, no? Para lang aware yung mga tao. So, let's go with the PSEI. Ito yung talaga yung pinaka-first nating titingnan because it gives us a general idea as to ano ba yung status ng market. Is it a good time to trade? Is it not? Is it ano ba? Ano bang binibigay niya sa atin? Ano bang mga signs? So, in ZFT, what we do, we just base solely on the charts. We base solely on price action. We don't know if there's good fundamentals or we don't care what the government does or kung ano yung ginagawa ng mga companies or what ano tawag nito yung mga macroeconomics or stuff like that. We just solely base on the charts that we see, and from there we decide if it's a good buy or sell, if it's a stay away in the market, if we should be trading more or trading less. So right now, we have our three MAs dito. The 20 MA, which is the red, the 50 is for the medium term, and then the 100 MA is for the long term. So what we're seeing currently is a sideways to downtrend for the short term and the medium term. Yung long term trend natin, uptrend pa rin naman tayo. Pero overall, if we're gonna be using the Darvas as well to base kung asan tayo ngayon, we're at a sideways market. And that's a good thing. Kung bakit kasi sinasabing good thing, it's better kasi na i-consolidate mo na yung price or yung prices ng mga stocks kasi without further consolidation kasi hindi sustainable yung moves eh. You need new players coming in, buying the stocks and relatively mas malaki yung holding power nila kaysa sa yung mga taong matagal na sa market or matagal nang ipit, 'di ba? So you need fresh blood coming in and hopefully supporting the prices para hindi naman malaglag itong PSEI natin. So, yung mga current levels to watch, ito yung unang range natin. I'm just gonna plot it out. So, dalawahin ko na. So, we have the 6,585. Sorry, iakyat ko pa to ng konti. Yan, dito. So, ito yung pinaka-low niya, yung pinaka-recent low, which nakita naman natin sa January 29, tapos nag-bounce siya. But this is the recent low and the current support natin for for PSE. And then syempre meron pa tayo isa dito, pero hindi ko na muna to i-cover. The second support that we have, if ever mababasag to, medyo malalim. Ito na, 6,398. Ayan, 6,400 or yeah, malapit dito sa 6,400 levels. So hopefully, ito yung worst case scenario, guys. Hindi naman siya worst case. The worst case scenario is mas malalim pa actually ito. Pero lagay na lang din natin 6,100 around this area. Pero what you want to be looking at is ito muna, itong 6,615 na level. So hanggang sa hindi mababasag yan, we're in good hands sa PSE. Pero hindi ibig sabihin na dahil good hands na tayo, that nagko-consolidate siya at this level, bibili na tayo. Alright? Currently, how I would look at this chart, since we're in a sideways trend, is it's going to be a hostile environment for trend followers. And yeah, most of all for trend followers. Of course, there's going to be outliers, hopefully, no? Pero kung wala, and I think isa lang yung nakita kong merong may trend. Papakita ko sa inyo later, pero let's just discuss PSCI muna. Normally kasi pagka nag-kick in yung greed, or let's say nabasag yung certain levels, like for example, pag nabasag itong 7,161 or itong 7,200 levels, yan yung mga levels na parang pwede mong ma-consider na once broken, meron na tayong mini trend, or meron na tayong highly chance na aakyat yung market at magte-trend up. So we just need to close, other than this, we want to see, siguro ilagay ko na lang dito, these two levels yung kailangan nating tingnan for resistance. So let's say for example, if mababasag natin yung 7,300 level, itong area na to, then we're gonna be assuming na bull market na ulit tayo. So, sobrang lang, no? Sobrang dali lang. Pagka nabasag itong 6,610, itong level na to, then that's going to be a sign na masama yung market. Probably we're gonna be experiencing a bear, and hindi natin alam kung gaano katagal yun. It's going to be good news pagka nabasag naman itong 7,161 levels at itong 7,320 na levels. So these two levels yung kailangan nating tingnan. If you wanna be playing it safe, then mag-trade ka na lang pag yung market natin nandito na sa mga levels na to. So yan yung yan yung parang safer na way. And why do I say safer kahit na mas mataas siya? Normally kasi pagka bumibili ka during support, or let's say during consolidations, you don't know how long it's going to consolidate eh. Yun yung pinaka I would say gusto nating iwasan. We're in the market kasi we wanna make money, correct? And time is money in a sense. So gusto natin kumita tayo at the shortest possible time. And if you're buying during a consolidation or a sideways movement, hassle siya kasi hindi pa naman nagbe-breakout, wala pang trend. So, ang pwedeng mangyari doon is you're gonna be buying a stock, you're gonna be holding it, and every night you're probably gonna be worried, or isasama mo siya sa mga prayer requests mo na sana tumaas na to Lord, yung mga ganun, and you don't want that. Huwag nyo nang isama si Lord sa mga investments nyo na, sa mga trades nyo, okay? So, binigyan tayo ng like we've been given intellect, so gamitin natin. Gamitin natin sa tama, wag sa sa sugal at saka sa maling hope. So, ayan. That's it for the PSCI index. Do you have a question? Parang
Let's see kung may questions. Yeah?
Okay.
So far, chini-cheer. Mga cheer ang ang mga nakikita natin. Yeah.
Mga cheer.
Yeah, mga cheer. And mukhang they are digesting yung cash is also position. Kasi trade kasi I'm also a victim of that, and guilty rin ako na sometimes I try to trade even though I know it's a bearish market, or the sentiment is a bit bear. So
ayan. Kaya important pagka like if you don't have a hobby aside from stock market, look for one, especially kung hindi ka pa yung ano ba yung naging hobbies mo before the stock market?
Exactly.
'Di ba? So ako pagka wala akong ginagawa, let's say I keep myself busy with, let's say, TR. Either I play games din on my mobile or on the PC. Pero ayun, pagka pangit yung market, do something else. Do something that's that you like doing. Mag-relax ka muna. Kasi trading is also a performance sport. Hindi ka makakapag-isip ng tama pagka bothered ka with all the losses. Or pagka nasa market ka nagwo-worry, 'di ba? You need to approach the market as pagpasok mo dyan, you're there to earn or syempre, depende sa stage na pala. Pero ako, as a professional trader, kailangan pumasok ako dyan, ready ako. Like, I'm ready to kill.
Yeah.
Pag may nakita akong trade, go in. Tapos, pag na-hit yung objectives ko, go out. Ganun. Simple
Mhm.
lang. And I
Well,
can't do that, especially pagka pagod ako or stressed ako, 'di
mhm.
ba? Like, think of yourself as a professional athlete, 'di ba? Like for example, sina Manny Pacquiao, hindi naman yan sila lalaban na meron silang injury, 'di ba? Why would you fight if you have an injury? 'Di ba? Pangit sa record mo yun eh. And think of yourself as that. You're a professional trader or an athlete or an Olympian. Don't go into the market na disturb yung mind mo or yung disturb yung state mo.
Mhm.
Usually, yung mga losses ano talaga nanggagaling yan sa disturbed state or negative state ng buhay mo. So, yan, the things that you have to consider. So
Tama.
that's it for PSEI. Wala pa namang mga questions. Let's go on
Wala.
with let's go for 5 stocks muna that I have on my list. Actually marami to pero I'm just gonna go to the notable na I'm pretty sure tatanungin ng mga tao. So let's go on with AR. So, CAR, it's on a huge sideways. Alam ko maraming mga ZFTs nakasakay dito, especially yung nag-ceiling siya. Nag-slam dunk din to eh. And sa system kasi ng ZFT, after a ceiling, you sell it the next day. As to how or ano yung strategy dyan, hindi ko pwede siyang i-disclose kasi medyo mahaba yung usapan at saka wala tayong time for that. So, it should have been a sell. Especially kahit na nung nag-close ng ganito. Alam ko kasi this is suspended currently. So hindi ko talaga mabigyan ng justice or like ano bang gagawin ko? Like what can I say? If hawak mo pa si AR, probably just learn from your mistake. That's it eh. Wala na akong ibang ma-advise sa'yo kasi nangyari na eh. 'Di ba? Learn na lang from your mistake. It might be costly. I don't know how much. Kung gain ka pa, just hope na makakalabas ka pa ng gain pagka nag-resume siya. But yeah, just make it as a case study. Move on after, syempre, grieve muna and then move on. Ganun eh. Part of the learning process, di ba? So yeah, that's for AR. Hindi ko alam kung anong presyo to magandang i-sell, magandang presyo to i-buy. For me, this is not already a buy, especially pag nag-resume na siya ng operation. So, ayan. Next would be ACEN. So, si ACEN, kasi nag-ano na ako sorry, pinangunahan ko na kasi alam ko maraming nagre-request nito eh. Especially sa TR. So, ACEN, it's in a sideways trend. We still have AOTS AOTS na status but hindi na siya optimal. We're already hitting our support levels and that's not a good sign. For me kasi if you're in an AOTS na state, ang pinakamagandang gawin niya talaga is stay above those moving averages, not below it. Right now, 20 MA is already above, which means short term it's bearish. Lumalabas na siya sa 50 MA, which also makes it bearish. Long term is still intact, pero yun na nga, meron na tayong 20 and 50 MA telling you that anytime this can do a waterfall or pwede siyang bumagsak, not unless this breaks out, itong level na to. So there's two levels that you want to be watching for ACEN, 7.97 to 8.24. So I'm using the body ng nito and then the wick, the highest level dito. So these are your ranges na pag yan nabasag, then we have a fighting chance na magta-trend ulit ito and reach new all-time highs hopefully. Pero as of the moment, medyo delikado to. So kung hawak-hawak nyo to or naka-invest kayo dito, just pray na hindi babagsak yung 6.9 levels. Ano bang level nito? 6.89. 6.89. Ayan, lagay natin dyan. Pero for me, this is already a red flag. I wouldn't be touching this stock not unless mag-breakout ulit dito. Yun. So for ACEN, pray that level will not get broken. Ang laki ng chance na pwedeng mabasag yan, especially in our kind of market environment. So
Yeah.
that's it for ACEN questions.
I think my question to Mr. Moises Aman. So what is better, position trader or swing trader? May mga questions tayo here, random questions are running around.
Swing.
Yeah.
Okay, so it depends on, I'm just gonna dumb it down para mas mabilis yung usapan, ano? Kasi malaking debate yung ano bang style yung kukunin ko or what. I would be a position trader if I would have at least mga 50 million in my portfolio tapos naglalaro ako ng mga 20 million sa isang stock. So, for me, I would rather be a position trader pagka nagte-trade na ako ng ganung amount. Otherwise, I'm not using much, hindi ko na, otherwise magsi-swing trader na lang ako. So, position traders kasi it's for people na usually may business na, meron ng ibang source of income. So what they do is just buy certain stocks habang tahimik pa or slightly nagte-trend na siya and then
Mm-hmm.
magpo-position na sila. And
Yeah.
hindi nila binabantayan masyado yung stock nila. Usually mga ano to kumbaga we call this smart investing in ZFT. You pick stocks that are fundamentally good. So, kung may mga brokers ka, may mga research reports na kung ano-ano, then go for their recommendations, but papasok ka using technicals. So, position traders are those, for me, na marami kang pera, hindi mo iniisip kung ano, hindi ka nagmamadali na kumita yung pera mo. You just park it there, more like capital preservation, tapos growth um, yung parang gusto mo or yung objective mo. For swing traders, I would suggest if you are new to the stock market and you want to learn how to trade and not just rely on, let's say, mutual funds. Kasi usually yung iba umaasa sa mutual funds para kumita ka ng, let's say, 20% or 15% a year, happy ka na. I would suggest go for swing trading kasi definitely mas malaki yung kitaan sa swing trading.
Mm-hmm.
It's the middle of uh, trend following and also momentum trading. So talagang if you wanna start somewhere, start at swing trading kasi
Yeah.
malaki yung kita diyan.
Mm-hmm.
Kumbaga hindi siya gano'n katagal yung waiting time, especially if you do it right. Ayun. Tapos mabilis yung turnover. So mas mabilis yung mabilis ka magkakaroon ng experience when it comes to trading pagka nag-swing trading ka. So again, depende sa sa profile mo.
Yeah.
Pag swing trading, okay lang kahit let's say malaki yung pera mo, wala ding problema kahit konti lang yung pera mo. Definitely kung maliit yung pera mo, let's say you have less than 1 million and you're just starting trading, then go for swing trading kasi it's good practice for you.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully I answered that question.
Yeah.
So go tayo, we have 2 stocks down,
Yeah.
ACEN and AR, puro A. And the next is ACEX. So, itong si AceX, ito lang yung nakikita kong nagte-trend. Na-shake out ako nito nung kailan ba? Ito, na-shake out ako nung March 3. Kulit no? Yung entry ko is March 1. Tapos ay naano ako dito basta na-shake out ako dito. Sabi ko sana hinintay ko na lang. Pero kasi kinakabahan ako with the market sentiment But this is the only outlier that I can see currently or at the moment. But one thing that I'd like to note, even if wala na ako dito, is meron kasi siyang DNA na nakakatakot Parang kumbaga malakas 'to, 'pag ito nalaglag, mabilis. And you're going to
Exactly.
be a broker with automated stops if ever you wanna trade this stock. Kasi kung wala ka tapos nagkapuhusan, baka mahirap na.
Yeah.
So ayan, ano lang, word of advice for those who are getting into this, get a broker with automated stops. So go to to trade. Hindi sponsored
Exactly.
post.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I recommend. And ayan, currently it's still trending. If it were me, I would put a stop here. Ito na yung magiging invalidation ko, itong 23.55. But if nakuha mo to ng much lower, then you can set this Darvas low as your stop. Pag nakuha mo naman to ng, let's say, nakuha mo siya ng mga 17, tapos above, let's say, pagka medyo matagal-tagal mo na siyang hawak, hawakan mo na lang until the TMA gets broken. That's the best way for you to maximize this kind of trend eh. And we don't know kung anong story nitong AceX, kung anong gagawin niya or what, but um, it's one of those stocks na resilient during this market. So hindi natin alam kung anong story, wala tayong pakialam diyan, basta ang alam natin nagte-trend siya and that it's just making new higher highs, and actually it's already at an all-time high. So
Mm-hmm.
hindi talaga natin alam kung hanggang saan 'to aabot eh. I don't wanna be a guru saying na,
Yeah.
30 yung TP, 40, I'm not gonna hype you in that, but as long as the trend is still intact, then expect this na na mas tataas pa. So
Mm-hmm.
for me, again, to summarize it, pag nabasag yung 20 MA, just sell it. Yan yung pinaka best way.
Mm-hmm.
Next, so tapos na tayo ng tatlo. We have BKR. BKR. B naman. Ayun. So BKR, it's still for me, okay, for me, medyo I like this because CH siya. All right, so that's one. Uh Consolidation at the highs, very highly likely na mas tataas siya. But here's the thing with BKR, it's illiquid. Meaning there isn't a lot of market participants, or wala pa masyadong hindi siya main play. Hindi siya katulad ng let's say APL, BSC, FA, 'di ba? Ang daming volume. Ito medyo mahirap pag pumasok ka ng millions dito. Medyo mahirap lumabas. Pero kung meron kang let's say mga 50,000 to let's say 500,000, I think pwede mo 'tong i-trade. So ganun lang siguro yung mga pwede mong i-allocate for this stock. It's still trending. Malakas yung trend niya. But what I do hope that this does is that it consolidates further, probably a week, or kung gusto niya umakyat, sige, go lang. Pero the best talaga to do is consolidate kasi ang bilis ng akyat na to eh. Parang, ayan, try natin na measure natin. Since it broke from this level, yung resistance niya or recent resistance, so let's say, bumili ka dito, and then you're at the current price niya, that's already 60% gain. Medyo malaki na. So, yung mga nakabili at a lower price, they're already taking profit, or they might be protecting their positions pagka bumagsak siya. So, it's not something that you want to be going against with, especially a stock that's quite thin on the liquidity aspect of trading. Medyo ano to eh, ito yung tinatawag nating glass stock. Pag pumasok ka, madali lang. Pero pag lumabas, medyo mahirap. So parang you're stepping on glass. Pagka nabasag yung floor ng glass na yun, lubog ka. So ano lang, pagka pumasok dito, make sure that you have your stops, you have an automated broker to execute for you, especially pagka hindi ka nakatingin. May mga ganong bang experience? May ganong experience ka na ba, Matt, na tiningnan mo siya, most of the trading day, you were looking at the stock. Tapos the moment na pumunta kang toilet, biglang bumagsak. Pagbalik mo, wala na. 10% down ka na. May ganun ka ba experience?
So, tapos biglang nawawala lahat ng bids. Sabi ko, paano ko alis dito?
So, yeah.
Ako naman personally sometimes talagang it's really challenging to go out with this kind of stocks. Kaya it's really about the allocation that's what I learned the past few months. Talagang control your allocations depending on the current volume that the stock is having on a daily basis. Yeah.
Ayan, so, and naalala ko lang kasi yung parang ganyan, yung mga CR moves. Naalala ko dati may nangyari na dati kasi mahilig kami sa mga group chats dati, yung when I was starting, and then naalala ko there was this guy na pumunta siyang toilet, pakibantay mo na yung stocks ko kasi magsi-CR muna ako So, yung bumalik siya, umakyat yung stock. Ang laki ng inakyat. So sabi nung mga nung ka-group niya sa chat, balik ka muna balik ka sa CR. Baka mas lalang maumakyat or baka magsiling. So ayan, mga mga funny moments lang nung nagte-trade kami na group trading dati. Pero ayan, that's for BKR. I would suggest na if ever you would buy this or if ever you would chase this, you want to have this stock close at 2.11. So, sign of strength, yung 2.11 or magsasara siya dito sa 2.04. So, itong range na to, if it closes above these two levels, then may pag-asa tong stock na to eh. Pero again, high risk na yung ano niya, state niya. Tsaka hindi siya main play. So, pwedeng pump and dump, hindi natin alam. Especially ngayon, papansin ko yung retail ang lakas eh. Parang
Yeah.
kumbaga with our market right now, ano tayo eh, parang hindi pa tayo mature na market unlike yung sa US market, ganyan.
Yeah.
But yeah, ang lakas ng retail eh. Kumbaga, you get to see these people na, let's say, wala masyadong alam sa stock market, tapos ang daming pera, and then magbobomba na lang ng stock, tapos biglang tutuloy yung
Oo.
momentum. So that's
Oo.
the retail power, parang Wall Street bets. Power to the people. But the problem with that is, you would have unsustainable moves. Siyempre kasi, you know, a lot of people would say the stock market is rigged, and instead na parang sabihin natin or pag ano yan, like i-demonize natin na stock market is rigged and stuff like that. They're out there to get your money. Well, pasalamat dapat tayo that the stock market is rigged. Kasi if
Yeah.
not for these riggers, these manipulators or itong mga institutions, hindi tayo magkakaroon ng way para kumita ng maganda sa stock market. So pasalamat talaga tayo sa lahat ng players, especially
Yeah.
dun sa mga stabilize ng price. So yan.
Na-experience ko yun sa Mac. Na-experience ko yun sa Mac. Biglang may 2 million bid. May biglang may
Talaga?
2 million. Sabi ko, grabe eh. So, anong nangyari dun sa stock? Nag-continue siya. Kahit gusto niya mag-fill ng gap,
Oo.
nag-continue siya. Yeah, so sabi ko,
Wow.
grabe.
Yan, power pagka dumating talaga yung mga mga big boys.
Then yung
Yan.
broker,
So,
magamit.
pero ayan, pero tayo since we're just ordinary retail traders, then yung pinaka-plan talaga natin is we just ride the waves. We're not here as, jockeys or stock manipulators. Wag tayong mangarap na maging ganun. Yung pangarapin natin is we trade well and trade along, kumbaga trade the waves na kine-create ng mga big players. So that's it for BKR. We have 4 stocks already. I had 1 stock on my list. Last would be Dito. So si Dito, I think ito yung pinaka most requested stock along with AR. So si Dito naman, we already hit a ceiling. Not ceiling, sorry. Yung highest recent price niya, which is 19 pesos. So I think nasabay dito yung news, 'di ba? Na I think I forgot kung anong news 'yon. Basta lumabas lang bigla sa feed ko, may biglang ang daming ng hype, oh. Oy, ano na, something si dito to the moon, 20 plus. You have to understand that the market moves in cycles, hindi yan forever naakyat. But for me, this is just a personal opinion. For me, I'm already bearish on dito. The only time that this is going to change my mind is if 19 pesos gets broken. Otherwise, I'm already bearish. Even if yung medium term and yung long term is already up, for me, short term, syempre, tama naman ako dito na short term, it's already giving off bearish signals. So, for me, 16.77, if nangangarap ka pang umakyat pa to at magte-trend, it first has to break 16.77. But for me, if let's say hawak mo pa to and mababasag itong 14.36, waterfalls na to. Kumbaga, this is already the time na talagang magkakaroon na ng people are gonna start cashing out or cashing in. Ano bang tama? Pero yan, start taking profits, and people who got here will start taking cutting their losses. Naalala ko dito kasi yung BHI, sorry. Ano lang kasi, speaking of market cycles, tas kung ano yung itsura, I want you to notice itong chart na to. Alright? So, may compare ba dito? Ayan, may compare yata eh. Try kong ilagay si BHI. Ay, hindi. Pangit kasi yung dapat kasi side by side yun eh. Pero sige na lang. Try to remember this. Itong, yung gap na yan, tapos nalaglag, tapos ito, right? So normally, this is how market cycles work. Naalala ko BHI 2015 ba? Or 2013? 12? Ito. Here you go. So, ito na. Unang rally, consolidate. Another rally, consolidate. AOTS pa to Okay, next rally, consolidate. And then, ito. So, this candle, remember this candle? So, parang ito yung yung nag-hit ng 19C dito. So, this is how I look at charts usually. Pagka yung mga sobrang laki na ng let's say gap, tapos long red candle, and then it just goes down. Tingnan nyo, yung 20 MA malayo pa pero here, notice umakyat muna siya, and then nung nalaglag na si 20 MA, it started the downfall or yung waterfall movement. People started to sell. Of course, BHI is a speculative stock, but isn't dito a speculative stock as well in nature? So yun lang, things na you have to consider. And so, ayan, si dito, and after the 20 MA broke down, dire-diretso na siyang bumagsak, di ba?
Yeah.
And then, ayan, sorry, si BHI pala. 30 MA breakdown, 50 MA breakdown, then 100 finally. And then comes the long consolidation. So usually, ganyan yung yan yung magiging movement ng stock. I'm not saying na it will be exactly as it is for dito, na ganito yung mangyari sa kanya. But what I'm saying here is that it is a possibility. Okay? And that possibility will increase especially if this level gets taken out, yung 14.36. So sa mga mahilig mag-fundamenta, speculative or whatever it is, ayan, hopefully malalakas yung mga powers ninyo para mas umakyat yan. Pero for me as a technical trader, this is already no-go, or wag mo nang i-touch to ever. Balikan mo na lang pagka naging okay na ulit.
Tsaka
So that's it for
the candles tell a story
Yes,
if may
exactly.
keep mo,
Itong dalawa.
Yeah, if you would compare it to other candles from January and Feb na candles, it really tells a lot. Yeah.
Yes. So ayan lang.
Nawala ata si Sir Z. Are we still live? Guys? Pa-comment naman kung live pa tayo. Yeah, I think
Hello.
na-cut nga si Sir Z. Anyway, he's back. So, yeah,
Sorry,
welcome back.
biglang naputo yung internet ko.
Okay.
So saan ba yung last ko? Yung seasons, time to time to break out, time to consolidate. Ayan, time to trend, and ayan, di ko na sasabihin yung last. Pero that's it for my take on dito. So those are the 5 stocks na parang most requested. Hindi ko na i-complete itong list ko, medyo marami to.
Yeah.
Let's go on with questions, and then if may time pa tayo, then pwede natin to ipaabot ng 9:30. If you have, let's say, mga stock requests or what. So I'll let you decide, Matt, ano yung magiging kapalaran ng ating mga viewers.
Actually, may isang question dito na na maganda. I'm looking at Miss Lay. I'm not sure kung miss ba. Question lang po sa accumulation stage. I saw 2 questions Question lang po sa accumulation stage of a stock. How's that possible na mataas yung volume but generates weak candles as institutions are accumulating shares of the stock? Medyo cloudy sa akin yung question, pero I gets nyo naman.
Yeah. I get. Okay, saan ba nanggagaling yung consolidation? Is it coming from a higher price, or is it coming from, let's say, a steady sideways price? Kasi iba-iba kasi yung yung pwede mo maging perception dyan. And marami ding pwedeng ways to interpret it And here's the thing, pwede din kayong lokohin ng volume na yan. Meron tayong tinatawag na cross sale. So one broker, makikita mo, like for example, nag-cross sale yung isang stock. Let's say, normally just trade 1,000 or 10,000 shares. And then biglang nagkaroon ng cross sale, let's say 10 million instead of just the usual 10,000. So magtataka ka, parang, is a broker accumulating? Ano bang nangyari? Ba't ang laki ng volume dito? And to me, if you're looking at a micro perspective of things, especially pagka sideways siya, tas let's say galing downtrend, it could be a possible sign of accumulation. The only time that you want though to get in is pagkatapos na yung accumulation phase and papasok ka na sa trending phase. Why? You don't know, number one, you don't know how long the accumulation phase is going to last. Unlike if it breaks out, you know natapos na yung accumulation stage and people are getting in to the stock and meron ng momentum. Take for example
Mhm.
dito. Okay? So, let's say itong stage na to, right? For example, itong stage na to. It's a huge sideways movement. So, pagka nagta-trade ka, let's say in a sideways movement, hindi mo kasi alam kung tutuloy ba 'to o hindi eh. Sideways pa kasi siya. But let's say for example, pagka nakita mo na nag-breakout na ganito, right? Masyado kasing maliit lang yung yung candles natin. Para may data tayo. Kasi for example ganito, okay, iko-consider natin yung volume, Gap, for example ito, gap up, tapos red, volume. People would say, naku, mabigat or sobrang like people are starting to dump it. Like or example itong tatlong candles na 'to, red, red itong nasa gitna na red tapos dalawang green. Pansin niyo ang laki ng volume pero pababa yung stock. And usually that's a really bad na sign, especially for us traders, especially gap down tapos breakdown pa sa 20 MA. But syempre, you have to understand that yung time frame ng mga institutions or ng mga big players is totally different from our time frame as retailers. Sila pwede nilang kayanin, let's say, yung mga 20 or mga 50% drawdown because probably it's not their money. It's other people's money. Ang trabaho lang nila is tagapindot sila ng, or, they're just following orders from the higher ups. So, sa atin as retail traders, iwasan natin yung mga ganyan. Kung chart lang talaga tayo, tumutok. And then,
Mm.
unless nakuha mo sa mas mababa, tapos talagang position trader ka, walang problema. Kasi you can weather that out. Yung mga ganitong klaseng, let's say, bumagsak siya ng 11% in a day, no? Tapos actually, mas bumagsak pa siya dito.
Yeah.
And then reach bottom. Pero you have to understand, as retailers, hindi tayo insty.
Yeah.
We don't have their kind of money. And again, it's probably not their money. Right?
Exactly.
So, they can lose that amount, walang problema, babayaran pa rin sila at the end of the day. Ikaw, retail trader, your money is your money. If you lose
Mm.
that, kasalanan mo na yun, di ba? Parang
Mm.
yung paper losses na sinasabi ng mga tao, it's just, it applies to companies who make money out of thin air. But to
Mhm.
us, real money, pumasok tayo sa market, nag-deposit tayo dyan, totoong pera yan. Pag na-loss mo yan, it's not paper loss, it's real loss. Hindi mo lang
Yeah.
siya ni-realize.
Mhm.
So,
Tama.
ayan. Kaya sinasabi natin, right, even if let's say ito all 100 MA or the let's say the long-term trend is going below tapos nagko-consolidate siya. Yeah, if you're a position trader, go ahead. Magmala institution moves ka kasi you're a position trader eh. But if you're a trend follower, hindi talaga to this is not a good time to buy. Kung swing trader, walang problema, pwede eh. Tapos i-supit-supit mo lang to until such a time that the market is going to be favorable like this, for example. It's already giving you a micro breakout itong candle na to. Parang it's giving you that idea na, oh, you know what? Pwede tong tumuloy eh. Saka lahat ng MAs below the price. 20 MA, 50 MA, 100 MA, all the short-term, medium, and long-term are all pointing up. So, pagka nag-breakout itong level na to, 3.91, that's already a sign na tapos na yung accumulation, people are making money, and mas mabilis nang kumita dahil people are just jumping into the stock. So,
Yeah.
notice here, like after the breakout, yan, 3.91, notice na mabilis na yung naging galaw niya. Because tapos na eh. Tapos na yung accumulation. Kaya wala ka ng resistance, naubos na yung mga ipit or what.
Yeah.
So, wala ka na masyadong lahaning resistance. So, yung problema mo na lang is how to take profit. And then after that, take profit ka if you want. If you're a swing trader, you would probably have sold here or sold dito sa level na to nung nakita mo may weakness.
Mhm.
If your momentum, probably sinel mo in between these areas, kahit saan sa mga kandila na yan. But if you're
Yeah.
a trend follower, tapos bumili ka dito, probably you'd be selling pagka nabasag yung 20 MA or probably if dinarvas mo yan, like for example ito, yung 5.18, you'd be holding until this level breaks, or yung 20 MA mababasag. Normally, ayan. So ito, for trend followers, red flag yan eh. Pero
Yeah.
kita mo naman, di ba? Medium term, it's still there. Although, nung closing kasi ano eh, parang nagsara naman siya above here.
Yeah.
So, kita mo, medium term holding, if you're a medium term trend follower, hawak-hawak mo pa rin to. Tiba-tiba ka na eh.
Mhm.
And then, ayan, finally, here we are, 20 MA has broken over here, pero syempre Darvas is still intact. 20 MA nabasag dito, short-term traders would have sold here. Pero kita mo naman, medium term, long term still intact. And then another breakout happened. Ibig sabihin kung anumang consolidation, accumulation yung naganap dito, tapos na. Breakout
Mhm.
happened and mabilis na ulit yung chart or mabilis na ulit yung price action. And finally here we are. And then 20 MA is broken ulit. So, ayan, pwedeng ang gawin niya, consolidate muna, and then after consolidation, we'll see where it goes. Pero pinaka best talagang mangyari dito if you want this to stay alive is to consolidate all the gains. And then consolidate as long as you can, basta wag ka lang mag-breakdown. Pag nag-breakdown kasi, dyan na talaga yung buhusan eh.
Mhm.
Alright. So, ayan.
I think another question.
Hopefully, sige, go ahead.
Kay Sir J. Kay Sir J. So, this is also a good question. So, hi sir, while I appreciate automated stop loss, I had multiple experiences pa po na na-hit yung stop loss ko, then bumalik din yung price.
Okay.
What can you advise regarding this? Thank you.
Okay,
So,
sige.
biglang pasok ko yun eh. Biglang
Alright.
balik yung goods eh.
Magandang tanong yan kay JR. So first question that I need to ask you is, anong klaseng trader ka? Because depending on that style that you're adopting, papasok yung ating automatic stops eh. So just to give you an example, okay, let's have another chart here. Ibahin naman natin, gawin nating BHI. Or hindi, wag BHI. Yun yung nakita ko next dito eh, sa list. How about BSC? Kaya BSC. BSC is a good one. Ano masyadong mataas. Fan na lang. Ito. Medyo okay pa yung medyo okay pa. So, for example, si JR yung nagtanong, no? So, if you're a, let's say, if you're a trend follower, alright? You're a trend follower, tapos, let's say, meron kang, or you're looking at FA. Bumili ka ng FA at, let's say, at this level. Ito na lang. So you're buying FA at this level. You're a trend follower. Tapos bumili ka dito. Alright? There are two things that you have to consider. Number one is your cut loss level. Ibig sabihin, yung cut loss level is there to protect your profits. Your capital. Meaning, you're gonna be incurring less damage instead of, pagka mas bumagsak siya, mas malaki yung magiging damage mo kung wala kang cut loss. The other thing that you have to consider is the invalidation level. The invalidation level is what we call para siyang level wherein pag yung level na yan na break, it means tapos na yung play. This play is already dead. So those two are things that you have to consider, Now, normally in the ZFT system, if let's say for example, sige gawin lang nating swing trader ganito. Swing traders or trend followers for us, yung 20 MA, 50 at saka 100 MA, these are trends, right? So for me, an invalidation for this candle, para ma-invalidate yung buong setup na to, at hindi na siya pwede or hostile na siya for trend followers, I would look at a breakdown from this level. So itong dalawa. So why? Because that's where the 20 MA is and that's where a possible Darvas level is. So that's going to be the invalidation for a trend follower. At current prices, let's say pag bumili ka dyan, if you're gonna measure it, sobrang laki niyan. Right? That's a 32% loss from the current price to the invalidation level. So ang tanong, is it wise to put your stop loss here? And the answer to that obviously is no. Kasi ang laking bagsak niyan if ever. And what you want to do is to follow the trend. So halimbawa, if I'm a trend follower, what I want to do is I want to see this level, itong si FA, touch a certain support. And pag nakita ko nag-support siya doon, that's going to be my next parang diyan ko na ilalagay yung updated ko na invalidation level. At least for the short term. So, titingnan natin, alright? So, here on the next candle, um, you see that there's already a parang may wick na siya, nag-green na siya finally, no? Sunod-sunod yung red, finally nag-green. So, if for example, if I'm a trend follower, I would say na ito yung current natin na invalidation level. Pwede kong ilalagay dito yung cut loss level ko, itong 0.66. Alright? So, this is what you call a more of a cut loss level kasi you're doing it out of ano, parang tactical yung reasons mo for cutting. So, if for example, 66 siya, gawin mong 65, para sigurado ka na mababasag mo na sa 66 and
Mm.
na-invalidate yung part na yun. Tapos, ayan. So, for example, dito, 65 yung cut loss level mo. Ibig sabihin, if you're gonna be buying at the closing price of this candle, which is at 0.70 cents, then ito yung pwede
Yeah.
mong incur the loss if ever magkamali ka sa trade. So what you can do, instead of putting it at 0.66 na automated stop, ilalagay mo dun sa broker mo na conditional is equal or less than 65. And yes, you're gonna be incurring a 6.9 loss, pero with the correct risk management, okay okay lang to na trade eh. Kasi ang laki ng pwede mong potential and the trend is still there. So for example, bumili tayo dyan, right? For example lang, bumili tayo sa 0.7. Ito yung cut loss natin. Right? Titingnan natin ano yung magiging takbo ng next na candle. Okay, umakyat siya. Wow, gain. Nag-gain ka ng mga 12%. So, genius. Wow, 'di ba? Parang sarap sa feeling. Ngayon, hindi pa nagbe-breakout itong level na to, but here again, what you have to understand is the trend is still intact, although hindi pa how do you say this? Hindi pa natin hindi pa nagpapatuloy yung stock or hindi pa siya nag-breakout on this level, which means it is validating na malakas yung move at tuloy-tuloy yung galaw niya, right? So ngayon, ang gagawin natin is we're just gonna keep on holding this position. Now, what I advise people is do it in tranches. Don't put your stock, let's say, don't put half of your capital or what dito sa stock na to or all in. Lagay ka siguro ng, let's say, if you have a 25% of your whole portfolio, tapos ilalagay mo siya sa isang stock, hatiin mo siya into 3 or 4. So, for example, kung meron kang budget na 100,000 sa stock na to, instead of putting 50,000 or 100,000 diretso, just put around 25 to 30 on your first buy here. Tapos, kailangan meron kang let's say pagka na-confirm yung trend, which is usually the breakout of the body of the highest candle, and of course, yung wick, yung highest candle na to, pwede mong ilagay dyan yung second and third tranche mo. So, halimbawa, ilalagay mo dito 33, halimbawa, bumili ka dito sa 70, right? 33,000 pesos. Maglalagay ka ng automated buys na ulit dito sa 82 and 87. Now, this is because you're a trend follower and breaking these two levels means that the trend is parang verified or valid na nagpapatuloy yung trend mas aangat siya. So again, we just maintain this stop. Yung conditional order mo dapat nandito sa 65 and below. So habang hindi yan nagbe-breakdown sa level na to, then hindi mo siya isa-sell. Again, ito yung invalidation, ito yung cut loss. There's a big difference. Alright? Ngayon, dahil umakyat na yung, let's say for example, ito nag-consolidate si Fa, no? So, umakyat siya ng 12% pero nag-correct dito. So what you can do, since yung 20 MA natin is mas mataas na compared dun sa when we first bought this at this level, pwede mo gawin is iaakyat mo yung invalidation level mo. So the invalidation level can be over here sa 57 or pwede mo na siyang i-update dito. So iisahin mo na lang siya sa 65. So invalidation level siya, why? Because meron ka ng bagong support na naka-create dito. So halimbawa ito nakita mo hindi na siya bumagsak hindi na siya bumagsak sa level na to sa 72 or bumalik dito, then you can consider this as your new support, itong 73 levels. Kasi ilang araw na rin siya nagsusupport eh. Pero this is for fast trending stocks pag mabagal na stock, medyo malaki yung magiging range mo. So tanggalin natin itong 70 kasi yan yung natin initial natin. So notice here, bumagsak siya, pero it's still closed here. And this is the reason why we update our stop loss and we update our invalidations. Kasi halimbawa Pag nilagay mo, pag sobrang tight yung nilagay mo, halimbawa, nilagay mo na dito yung support mo, naglagay ka dito ng stop loss sa may 72, on the next day, may hit ka dyan eh. 'Di ba? So, ang ibig sabihin lang ng invalidation is the invalidation of the setup. Ibig sabihin, patay na siya. Pero, pag naglagay ka ng cut point, hindi ka naman cut point dito eh. Parang trail stop na lang to dito kasi profit ka na. Binili mo siya at 70. So, if you put it here, you might be unnecessarily choking the trade. And by choking, it means na parang hindi mo siya binigyan ng breathing space. Diba? Sometimes, stocks need little bit of space para makapag-grow sila. At ayan, nung nag-grow siya, ayan, breakout dito sa 82. So, maraming ways again to enter and to tranche or ano ba yan, scale up your positions. So, sinabi ko na, di ba, yung first na parang you just look for the two resistance levels, you either get a body or look at the wick, yung highest level, and then from there, you add positions. And then pagka nakakita ka ng breakout, what do? You move trailing stops. So, hindi na siya invalidation but already trailing stop. So, yung invalidation is pwedeng dito, and then yung trailing stop mo, pwede mo nilagay dito sa 72. So, ayan. Or pwede mong gawin is yung invalidation, pwede mo nilagay dito eh. Pero this is short-term invalidation. And notice, ito naman yung nangyari sa kanya. So, tuloy-tuloy na yan. Hindi ko na bibigyan ng ano. Pero ayun, that's one way for you to to set your stops and trailing stops. Just make sure that your risk management is parang maayos kasi pag masyado malaki yung nilagay mong pera on your first tranche, kakabahan ka, it can mess up your psyche. To those people na, let's say for example, bumili ka ng isang stock and every fluctuation, kahit kakabili mo pa lang, ang lakas ng kabog ng puso mo, it just means one thing, you over allocated on that stock. So, for you, para mabawas-bawasan yung kabog ng puso mo, bawasan mo yung holdings mo. Benta ka ng konti. Para hindi ka kabahan at you're going to be more objective on your trade.
Mm-hmm.
So, ayan.
Medyo
napahaba yung ating usapan dun sa isang tanong. Pero, we made it thorough. Okay lang yan. Sa simula, ganun talaga yan eh. Kasi, syempre, you're still learning. Hinahanap mo kasi kung ano yung bagay sa'yo eh. Diba? Mahirap kasi pagka, let's say, ito na talaga yung, yung stock ko, tas yung style or what. Try to be open to strategies. Kasi baka mamaya yung strategy na gusto mong aralin hindi pala bagay sa'yo. So you have to understand your personality And for you to do that, well, you need you need mentors to tell you. Pwede mo naman gawin na ikaw lang mag-isa, pero you need a person or an accountability group or friends that will tell you na ito yung mga tendencies mo, ganyan. So, ayan.
Yun din ang sinasabi nga rin, the community and your friends, syempre, buy in tranches daw. Anyway, we have another question. So I think this is a good question. So I think we still have a few time para ma-answer itong mga question. So for a while, medyo nawala. It's all about ceiling It's all about ceiling. Wait lang, sir. Ayan, may tanong. May mga tanong dito. Sir Zeeb,
go.
Pasok ba ang ZFT sa global? Tanong nila.
Sa global, pasok naman siya. Although we're still refining it. Marami kasing system, like right now, Wild West kami sa ZFT or sa TR on global. Pero yes, it still works. Kailangan lang ng tamang context. The 50 and the 100 MA definitely works. Yung 20 MA, kailangan yun ng tweaking.
Ayun. Eto, may isa pa tayong question. So, Sir Z, naalala ko lang yung sinabi niyong advice kay Miss Bell regarding sa advice sa mga nagta-trade na meron lang 10 to 20K. Just do the trade po ba? Even ganun ang start? So, may mga ganun na question tayo na nakuha.
Yes. Naalala ko yung kasi normally it's about the 8K rule. Yung sinasabi nila na pagka mag-trade ka, kailangan daw at least 8K yung unang tranche mo, di ba? So parang wala nang way to tranche Parang 2-3 tranches ubos na or dapat isang tranche na lang kasi 20K lang yung port mo. Pero I would
Mhm.
always say that when you're starting, yes, merong effect yung mga taxes and commissions ng broker. But you have to understand that sa simula pa lang, you need to create or you need to form the right habits. So, wag kayong mag-alala dun sa 8K rule na yan kasi you're in the market first and foremost to learn, not to earn. Okay? Kasi
Yeah.
kung ang pinaka-goal mo sa market, okay, listen carefully everyone. If your goal in the market is to earn and in the first year of your market is yun yung goal mo, madi-discourage ka once you lose money. Kasi yung goal mo talaga is to earn eh, 'di ba? Paano kung hindi ka sanay or let's say you don't have a growth mindset. Usually kasi ito yung culture natin eh, na parang hindi ako kumikita. Baka hindi talaga ako para dito. So yung mga ganong klaseng drama, 'di ba? Eh nagsisimula ka pa lang, what do you expect? Everybody, whatever it is that let's say kahit anong course yung pinasok mo, kahit anong field, magkakamali ka talaga. Hindi
Mhm.
ka naman pumapasok sa market na expert ka na, right? I
Mhm.
would suggest recommending yung I always show this to like sa masterclass course namin ito yung pinapakita namin at the end of the course eh. We're gonna be sharing it. Sino ba yung mga masterclass students dito? Pa-share naman nung yung Jiro Dreams of Sushi na documentary. So it's about a chef na basta it's about mastery. Basically, that's
Mhm.
it. Sa simula,
Dapat
you have to
yun.
train, you're gonna be making a lot of mistakes and marami kang sinasayang talaga na na parang ingredients and stuff. But your goal is mastery eh. Hindi
Mhm.
hindi yung parang your goal is not to create the perfect sushi nung nagsisimula ka pa lang. I mean, when you get into the markets. No. Your goal is to learn. And then the money is just going to be the byproduct of what you've learned. So,
Mhm.
money should be secondary. It
Mhm.
sounds parang parang may sense ba yung sinabi niya, 'di ba? Parang nandito nga tayo sa market para kumita eh. Hindi
Yeah.
naman ako pumasok sa market para maging mabuting tao. Yung parang or to become, sell or grow as a person. Hindi naman 'yan nasa isip ko eh. Pero here's the thing. Hindi ka mag-improve in your trading if you're not gonna grow as a person. So, since we're the people who've already been there, done that, ito na yung sinasabi namin. You need to develop the right habits. So kahit maliit yung portfolio mo, wag mo isipin yung 8K rule. Focus on developing the right habits. Do tranching. Execute correctly. Execute your stop losses. Pag nakita mo na na-hit na yung mga invalidation levels mo or yung mga cut loss levels mo, then respect it. Otherwise, ba't ka pa nag-set ng stop loss, di ba? Parang what's the point of setting a stop loss if you're not gonna honor it anyway? So, yeah, ayun.
Mhm.
That's it.
Mhm. Yeah. Yan, very impactful yan sa mga audience natin. Respect the cut losses na
Mm.
na sinet mo. Yeah. So we still have a few questions. So case JC Campomanes. So yun. So hi Sir Z, would you consider na invalidated na yung trade idea mo if nag-touch yung wick doon sa invalidation area but nag-push through above yung closing price sa area?
Okay. So, dalawang pwedeng interpretation yan. First is, na-whip ka talaga. Mawi-whip ka talaga and that happens eh. That's the market eh. Kumbaga, you were given a bad card and it happened. So, pagka nangyari yun, cut loss ka talaga. Kasi rules mo na yun eh. Invalidation level is there to tell you na wala na talaga, di ba? Done. It's already invalidated. So, even if it goes back to, let's say, a certain price, that's going to be a new trade. Consider the
Yeah.
old study as invalidated and you now have a new study. So, kung ano man yung naging low nung invalidation, yun na yung next invalidation level mo.
Yeah. So more on it's a good trade kasi sinunod mo yung yung cut loss
Yes,
level mo.
exactly. Oo.
Mm.
A good trade may not necessarily mean that kumita ka. A good trade
Yeah.
means you executed according to your plan.
Mhm. Right. Can we still accommodate? It's already 9:20, so I
Mm.
think we could kind of slow down a bit para
Sige,
uh,
sige.
yeah, para it's mukhang mukhang yeah, medyo dinadigest pa ng audience natin yung yung mga yung mga
Yung mga
sinabi ni Sir Z.
sinasabi.
Yeah,
Oo,
so
sige, sige.
puro reaction na lang eh, puro reaction na lang. So I think I think they're still digesting what you've said. Dami, ang dami. Thank you so
Okay.
much sa mga na yan.
So yung
Yeah.
okay, so I'm reading the comments right now then. And sige, ganito na lang para kasi ang daming nagtatanong like ano ba yung mga advice for beginners, ano ba yung
Yeah.
mga broker. For broker, what we recommend for GFTs, we have a partnership with 2Trade. So, pero dapat pumasok kayo sa TFR para makita niyo yung process kasi we have a dedicated team for for ZFT for the ZFT community with 2Trade. And yet, we
Yeah.
recommend them because maayos naman yung broker nila. They have
Mm-hmm.
automated cut loss and then so for example, automated stops and automated buy if you want.
Yeah.
So pwede niyong gawin sa kanya. And then for those who are still new, tapos first time to listen to our live, I suggest join our free Facebook community called Trading for Rookies.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So ano na lang sa mga admins namin, you just have to answer the membership questions kasi pag hindi niyo sinagot 'yon, hindi talaga kayo papapasukin. I-decline lang kayo. So that's
Yeah.
ayan, nilabas na yung sa screens niya, it's flashing right now. So that's our free Facebook group, Trading for Rookies by ZFT. I-search niyo lang 'yan tapos answer all the So we discuss there yung mga basics, ano yung mga klaseng trades na pwede mong gawin, how to open an account even, both on local and global if you want. Tapos marami din kaming mga mga sessions. I think just today we had two sessions, one in FX, one in index. And then may mga global din kaming mga walkthroughs ganyan that we only do inside TFR. And then ayan, that's for beginners if you want to, test out the waters, gusto niyo subukan. Pero if you're serious in trading, tapos gusto mo i-level up yung trading mo, we also have other programs. Ito naman yung mga paid programs namin. We have Blueprint for only 3,000. If you have a discount code, it's only 25. Do it yourself. It's for the people who are busy. So if you're busy, you can't really attend online sessions because you're probably based on the North Pole. Tapos yung job mo dun is parang 6 hours ka lang may free time. And perfect sa
Mm.
yung Blueprint kasi yun eh, kung kailan mo gusto, dun mo siya pwedeng So there's like quizzes, may mga videos din kami. We're transitioning into video format na rin.
Mm-hmm.
And then after Blueprint, we have TI, Technical Intensive. So Technical Intensive naman, okay, so here's the thing. Kasi dati, yung Technical Intensive, we did it originally for just 2 days. We teach the whole ZFT system, the setups, the foundations of like how to create your own finishing move from that. MA, Fibo, Darvas, risk management, even trade psychology. So lahat nandun. And naman, saan ba? Ayan, naka-flash na pala si Technical Intensive. It's going to be
It's
on
May.
May. Oo.
Open
So here's the thing,
registration.
guys. Yes.
Yeah.
Ang gusto ko lang sabihin kasi originally this is only 4 to 6 sessions. Pero what we did, since we want to really give the best value bomb for everyone, nakita namin how we can improve the program. So right now, I think hindi na siya I think it's 8 sessions. 8 no, sorry, 8. So 8 sessions siya na formal. Tapos it's MWF usually, and TTH and Saturday is going to be a Q&A session. So ibig sabihin, let's say you discussed MAs on day 1, right? Usually it's 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. Normally, baka hindi mo ma-discuss, hindi mo masyado maintindihan. So what we do is the next night, the next day pala, on the evening, pwede kang sumali sa mga question and answer portion. So ito dito papasok yung mga coaches namin. We want you kasi to understand really kung ano ba talaga yung trading, paano ba gamitin yung system. So that's for technical intensive. Covered lahat. Again, all the technicals, setups, everything. Risk management and also trading psychology. Ano pa?
Correction lang daw.
And
So
TI also includes, yes.
Sabi ni Ms. Steph, it's more than 10. More than 10 and counting. Sabi ni,
Sorry. Oo. Yeah, sorry. Ang bilang ko kasi nung last was 10 eh. Pero yun pala, sige, it's more than 10. I think basically it's gonna run
Yeah.
for a whole month. So para na siyang
Mm.
mentoring program na 3 months. But we compressed it into 1 month kasi ayun, yung nakikita kasi namin is like people can't really digest everything in just, let's say, one night. So,
Mhm.
or just 6 sessions. So what we did is we went the extra mile na if may mga clarifications ka, this is optional though, na pwede kang sumali on the next day for question and answer. And then, the good thing though is that Blueprint comes with TR. So it's our community in in ZFT. It's our paid community in ZFT that aims to parang it's our aftercare community. We understand kasi that iba-iba yung pace ng tao. So lahat, let's say if you're from Blueprint, if you're um, from TI, from Masterclass, from Tip, or even if you are ZFT system user, tapos alam mo kung paano gamitin yung ZFT system, pero you need to take an entrance exam for it if you wanna
Yeah,
join.
yeah,
Para alam namin
yeah,
na talagang alam ko si Matt nakapag-take siya eh, more than 5 yata siyang takes bago siya
yeah,
nakapasok. So,
yeah.
ayun, these are what we offer sa mga alumni namin in ZFT kasi it's kind of like a university wherein may mga clubs wherein we put people so that they would specialize into certain place. So maraming ganap dyan. Siguro maabutan tayo ng ilang oras pag i-explain ko ba yung
Yeah.
buong TR. But whatever it is na papasukan nyo, make sure na pumasok kayo ng TR because yan yung pinaka-value bomb namin. And
Mhm.
then, ayun, there's also tip. So, if you have a system already na ginagamit aside from ZFT, or if you're a ZFT system user and you just want to refine and, get into the business side of trading, then tip is for you. So, ito yung
Yeah.
mga, for advanced levels na. Pero if, let's
Mm.
say, intermediate to advanced, ayan, go for TI.
Yeah. Actually, overwhelming kasi not all communities are the same.
Mm.
Uh, some communities are, yung mga mentors are busy. And they reply, uh, 2 days, 3 days, even a week. For you to get some help. Pero overwhelming because with this community, you can get it. Actually, even yung mentors nagbibigay ng hand. Like, you guys could message us and set a date para makapag
Mm.
one-to-ones and then to mentor. So very overwhelming na they give you a hand freely,
Mm.
and galing, ang galing. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
within the community.
All
Mm.
right. Yeah. So ayan, may mga nagtatanong dito for prices. So just to para lang alam niyo yung prices. Yung TFR again, we advocate free. We have free. So if you want free, there's TFR, Trading for Rookies. We have Blueprint, it's 3,000. Technical intensive is 40. Sa technical intensive, it's going to be the last time that we're going to be offering it at 40 for this May. We're going to ramp it up at 50 by siguro third quarter na this year. We have tip. Ang tip I think is around, hindi ako updated sa price ng tip. Palagay na lang ng price ng current tip. I think yung last time ko kasi na narinig is 30. And then si Masterclass, but si Masterclass we just do it once a year. Masterclass is 300,000, but we don't have Masterclass this year because we're really busy. I don't think kaya ng mga coaches namin to accommodate a Masterclass this year. So what we do is really pushing TR talaga, technical intensive tip for the people who are wanting to join our courses. So again, if you want free, there's technical trading for rookies. If you want paid, you have Blueprint TI tip masterclass.
Mhm. Sounds good. Very, uh, I hope our audience consider as well.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ayun.
So ayan,
So,
if you're interested sa kung ano mang mga programs yan, just message the page. We have a dedicated support to help you out at para mapili kung ano yung bagay sa'yo. We don't
yeah.
recommend TI or TIP for beginners. Kasi
Mhm.
hindi talaga siya para sa beginners eh. Marami kasing nakalusot nung last TI. So, ano lang, parang don't cheat the system or the process. Go for the free first, alright? Kasi baka mamaya ma-overwhelm ka lang, sayang yung pera mo. But what we do talaga is do it step by step. Kung sa tingin mo kailangan mo pa ng level up learning, go ahead. If sa tingin mo tama na yung learnings mo, then just stay. Walang problema yun. We're here to find the best match for you naman.
Mhm. the Facebook page, sobrang responsive. Sobrang
Yes.
responsive nung Facebook page.
Oo.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
Ayan, so
whatever.
pag may mga tanong kayo regarding programs, tanong
Yeah.
lang kayo. I mean, ang dami dito sa live right now na nagsasabi ng mga experiences nila. These are real people. So,
Yeah.
giving their parang experiences, ano yung mga experiences sa programs, ganun. So, ayan, I think that's it for the programs. Any announcements, Matt? Or meron pa ba akong
So
na-miss?
don't forget, registration for TI is for May is already open. So yan. So registration
Yes.
for TI for May is already open. So the link is flashed on the screen, and feel free to message the page. Sobrang responsive. Even 10 o'clock mag-message ka, they will be there to answer. So yan. Yeah.
Ayun,
Hope
sige.
I
Thank
hope
you.
this session helped our audience. So we sobrang daming learnings, and I hope you guys will be back next week and to the following live sessions. May it be for entertainment, for charting, and for all the events na meron si TR. So I hope you guys continue supporting the channel and then the Facebook page. Ayun.
Thank you so much, Matt, for
I think we're
hosting.
good. I think we're good. So thank you so much, Sir Z, and thank you everyone who stayed from start to finish here in our ZFT charting sessions. So I hope you guys have a good weekend. Thank you so much,
Alright.
everyone.
Have a good weekend, everyone. Ingat sa mga trades.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Sige.
Bullish or bearish, whether you're a rookie trader or a rock star, we believe there's room for everyone. Every Filipino can learn how to trade. We're just your average Joe. But together, let's take advantage of the greatest equalizer of wealth ever, the stock market, where millions can be made and lost in a click of a finger. The journey to trading mastery is a lifetime, and we're here to stay. We are ZFT. Welcome to our podcast. And this is where the hot money is.
Maganda daw kita sa stock market Kung nag-invest ka ng 10,000 noong 2001, 150,000 na to ngayon. Ano ba yung stock market na yan? Kailangan ko ba mag-invite para kumita ako sa stock market? Buy low, sell high? Ano yun? Kamusta mga katribo? Siguro nadaanan nyo na yung mga tanong na yan while researching about the stock market. And madami-dami ka sigurong advices, information na nakuha, lalo na sa internet. Pero like you, nung nagsisimula ako, hindi ko alam kung saan ako magsisimula. Pero kayo magkalala kasi we will help you go into the right direction. Pero wait lang, so ang dami ko na palang sinabi, hindi pa ako nagpapakilala. I am Jake and I'm a proud member of CFT and a Team No Check. I have been trading since 2018 and I never looked back. And I'm also a Blueprint graduate and it really helped me jumpstart my trading journey. Blueprint aims to be your complete starting pack to the fundamentals of technical trading. This series is a collaborative effort of the bright minds of CFT. So, salamat sa inyo guys. I'm honored and humbled to welcome you in behalf of CFT and Boss Zeefreaks himself. So tara, simulan na natin. Sabi nga nila, a journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step. So, congratulations sa inyo kasi you are here taking your first step. We will be here to make your journey as easy as possible. Minsan may mga concepts or ideas na mahirap intindihin sa simula, pero I assure you it will be all worth it. Pero bago tayo ulit magsimula, we want to remember why you are doing this. Most of you ang sagot siguro is for financial freedom. Siyempre ako din, ganun din. Lahat naman tayo gusto maging financially stable. But why do we want to be financially stable? Gusto mo bang kumita for additional income for your retirement or for sa parents mo or para sa pag-aaral ng anak mo? Isa ka bang OFW na gusto magkaroon ng alternative career to help you come back home sa Pinas? Iba-iba tayo ng why, pero important na malaman natin kung bakit nga ba natin itong gustong gawin para maging isang paalala kapag dumating na yung oras na gusto nating sumuko. Pero this will help us keep moving forward during the hard times. And we would like to hear from you, so please comment down below kung ano yung whys nyo. Sa akin, ang why ko is to be in a position where I can fulfill my purpose. Diba? Ang lalim. Joke. Pero gusto ko kasi to learn this skill and produce resources that will help me create time for my loved ones and to help others na rin. Alam kong gustong-gusto nyo nang matuto. So, kita-kits tayo sa susunod na video. This is Jake and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out!